Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy here today, Dean from Burn 1, and we have yet another amazing match to show you guys. What we have going on is on the top, D-Shift Rune versus my OP Skullfane deck. This game is a little wonky. The Skullfane deck kind of wants to be seeing a little bit more reactive of a deck, or like a more aggressive of a deck, but it is what it is. So we start off with turn 1, the Sacred Plea comes down, Haven special, you know, there's nothing too fancy there. He just passes turn, and I'm going to be using my turn to develop the Frog Cleric, able to heal 2 on play, and has a continuous pay 2, heal 1, just so you're able to proc your Seraph every turn. Not your Seraph, but your Alana's, there we go, sorry about that. Which we see come down on turn 3, the Alana's Prayer, very good card. If you were in like any of the aggro matchups, you need that extra power on the board. I think the card is okay. We see Penguin Wizard come down, discarding Trail of Light. You know it, the Rune special. Evoing the Penguin. Able to discard out of the hand. Yet another spell. Go even deeper. We see discarding the D-Shift. That's probably a misplay. You don't want to be doing that. Especially against a deck like Haven. I can have quite a bit of maximum health. And then we see here the Guardian Nun comes down. The nice thing is thanks to the Alana's, once I Evo it, we're going to be able to get a 5-6. So that's pretty nice. You know, going to be able to heal up and be able to clear the Penguin. See, the Alana's already coming in a little bit clutch here. I know it's a little bit later than normal, right? It's turn 4 instead of turn 3, but it's pretty nice there. And I didn't really have anything in hand. My hand's kind of bricked, so not really anything else to put down. We see their Insight draw. Draws another Insight, so maybe we'll see it. Nope, just passes turn. Decides, you know, I'm going to keep the Quicks in hand. Keep the 4 mana floating in case I try to develop a board. And I look at this hand. It's really hard because things like Unica, right? Like a lot of my cards, they want to strike, attack, do something. But in the Rune matchup, you're not really able to. I decide, you know, it's turn 5. I can go search the Alana, put down the second Alana. How many times I'm going to be able to do that? This is honestly a horrific mistake. Don't want to be doing this, actually, but yeah, so searching out the second Alana. Shuffling up. And then just putting it on the board. Horribly bricking myself. Yeah, like I'm thinking, whoa, is that right? Is that right? And I look at my hand, and I say, I can't put this Unica on board. He's just going to snipe it. Which honestly should tell me, like, hey, maybe I'm not supposed to put guys on board. But I say, you know what? 3 mana. We're going to put down the second Alana's. I'm going to draw the Dark Offering. It's going to be so simple. Guardian Nun is killed. So now I'm just left with the Prison Priestess with only 2 health. You know, super easy. Any snipe can kill it. And we see the turn beginning. Insight, drawing 1. Probably better to Sorcerer Cache first, but we're going to see the snipe. And then we see the Sorcery Cache. 2, 3, 4. Those are good. Those are good. Option to take the D-Shift, discard the Trail of Light. That's probably correct, but we see the exact opposite. No, dude, get rid of the Surefire Bullet. Take the Trail of Light. There we go. Surefire not doing a whole lot when, you know, a lot of removal spells. I'm only going to play 1 to 2 guys a turn. But I just play down the Seraph, and I pass. Getting the counter. His turn. Let's go. Draw. Draws another D-Shift. Okay, so we see Merlin. We see quite a bit of stuff in the hand. I don't know what you should do here. I mean, I'm tapped out. Probably if you've got 10 spells, you're probably just supposed to slam down the Runeblade Summoners. Oh. Oh. Maybe not the Runeblade. Oh, going with the Merlin instead. Searching. Searching for the Demonic Strike, strangely. With a 4 mana, you could Demonic Strike face plus something else. I don't know, that one's a little wonky. Evoing the Merlin. Copying, it looks like Sorcery Cache. We have D-Shift and Fate's Hand, so it should be D-Shift to hand, Fate's Hand to grave. Fate's Hand is like really rough to play, hard anyway. Oh. It's been a while. D-Shift goes to grave, Fate's Hand to hand. End of turn, discard Trail of Light. End of turn, discard... Oh no. Is he going to discard the Fate's Hand? Discard Rime Wind. And now I'm in the weird position, like, right? He shows he has 2 mana, so I'm able to put something on the board, but I'm going to hit with a Fiery Embrace, so I'm just decided to Tribunal of Good and Evil. Crack the Sacred Plea because I want to get the Dark Offerings. I realize that I'm, like, bricked out. I also don't have any removal in hand. So, yeah, tick up the Seraph, and I pass turn. We see going into turn 8. I mean, taking the Fate's Hand. See, this is the awkward part. It's like, what does that do? It doesn't really do anything. I don't have anything on board, but we're going to see a second Fate's Hand. And then severely over hand size here. So definitely get rid of Snipe, and then, I don't know, Execution or something? Snipe. Demonic Strike. Let's see, back to me. I think I'm just checking the grave. I'm like, how many things are in here? You just discarded 3 at the end of turn. There's a ton. Maybe I should have paid attention to those D-shifts. I thought there were more D-shifts in his hand. So he discarded 3. He's going for the double D-shift. But there's actually 2 D-shifts in bin. And I think at this point I was only checking for the... Because I have like the cards that can heal in hand. And I was just checking to see about the number of Fiery Embraces. Because I'm like, I don't want to like lose to that. Right? I don't want to just like put a thing down, heal 2, and then get smacked for 3. Because that's like that's not good. We see here, Flame Destroyer comes down, D-Shift with only single Flame Destroyer. I think he was afraid of the Seraph popping because at 34, it's like, how are you supposed to do that? Especially when you've gotten rid of D-Shifts, right? I don't know, this is like so awkward, right? Because he got rid of the D-Shifts. He should have had like multiples. Not only should have he had multiple D-Shifts, but like, I don't know, there was like chances for the Rune Blade to come down earlier. When he declares an attack, I finally found a Dark Offering. I can get rid of my horribly cloggy Elenas to be able to draw. And heal up, and then I get smacked for 7, but I was at 27, so, you know, life is still 20 to 20. We see Craig come down, draw Witch Bolt, pretty dead in this matchup, because once again, I'm not going to put creatures on board. It's like his removal spells don't really do anything, and his kill spells don't really do anything if I don't commit to board. See Rune Blade come down, smacking me for 5. 15. But yeah, there's no D-Shift follow-up in hand. There's not really a whole lot going on. Just Craig Evo just for the draw ditch to get rid of the Surefire Bolt that's breaking the hand, I'm assuming. Maybe find something else. Find the Rune Blade Summoner off the top. That's pretty good. Yeah, Surefire Bolt, of course, is breaking the hand. And then we see the past turn not putting down the second Rune Blade Summoner. Don't know about that. I'm looking at the board. I'm like, I don't really have any way to kill this Flame Destroyer. I don't really have a good way to do anything here in my hand. It's like really awkward. I drew like all the Alana cards. I drew the Frog Clerics. I drew the Unicas, the Guardian Nuns. Cards that I really don't want to be putting down in this matchup because right, he's able to kill them. I take damage. If they heal 2 and I take 3, bad trade. That's why the Alana was the wrong play. But I decided I'm going to tap sack this just to be able to see what I can get. I have this massive hand, and I don't think there's any removal in it. Which is quite awkward for me. And the 4 floating mana means I'm not able to put a creature down on board to answer it because, you know, it's just how it is. We're struggling. We're thinking. 9 cards in hand. The 4 mana. He's got the kill spell. What am I going to do? The Frog Cleric just bricking the hand. I think there's multiple Frog Clerics in the hand. There's like the Unicas from earlier, right? These things have 5 health. I'm supposed to deal with them, but we see the Fire Chain. I go Chorus of Prayers. I hate to do it. I only have 2 amulets engraved. That's what really hurt about that. But I'm able to get the Tribunal out, removing the 7 damage. So I'm like, okay. Maybe I should have checked the grave. Because if I would have seen no D-Shift, 25, what is this? He has double Rune Blade. That's 15, 22. Okay, he would have had lethal. He could have had lethal. So I'm never going to allow that to happen. I pop the Seraph. I'm able to get 2 cards. And I go for, I think there's a Skullfane in hand. So I go for Skullfane, Chorus of Prayers. I think there's double Skullfane in hand. It's like, yeah, I had double Skullfane and the Chorus of Prayers. But Seraph pops, able to get the Skullfane, able to get the Chorus of Prayers. We're able to set up the potential lethal. I'm a little annoyed because my board is a little more clogged than what I want to. And I'm able to discard the Unica that's been, you know, would have been good in a lot of matchups. Not good here. The only time he's committed guys to the board is when he already had. And he's executioning the Tribunal. It keeps me off of a card, keeps me off of a pop. Quite annoying, actually. Let me see, this Merlin comes down. But I don't think there's anything left in the deck to search, right? The D-Shifts are gone. The Demonic Strike is gone. It's like, what are you supposed to grab here? There looks like Fiery Chain, Sorcery Cache, and Fiery Embrace are the only things left in one Trail of Light. Definitely none of those are good cards. Grabs the Fiery Embrace. Not going to do a whole lot against this deck. You can Merlin, Evo, go face for 3, but like, I feel like you could have done that a couple times already. Yeah, definitely a lot of missed damage here. Still got the Runeblade Summoner in the hand from last turn. Would have been very powerful. It was on the board last turn, right? If instead of holding the 4, if the second Runeblade was on the board, I wasn't able to clear, it would have actually pushed the lethal. Yeah, when you're playing a deck like Rune, you just like want to push damage as much as you can. You don't need to like hold stuff like that. Did he Sorcerer Crash? Oh, he copied Fate's Hand to draw 2. Having seen the deck, I don't know what like the out was there, like Flame Destroyer or something. I'm not exactly sure. Double Runeblade Summoner in hand. He's able to do both of those now, thanks to the Evo. Well, thanks to copying Fate's Hand, which refunds a mana. Which I surefire bullet to Craig, so I had at least 1 piece of removal. Runeblade pushing 5. Runeblade pushing 5. That's 10. Yeah, second D-Shift would have been insane. There's a lot of things that would have helped here, but here comes the Skullfane. Top checking 4. We're going to see Sacred Plea come down onto the board. I am able to tap, sack, draw. 2 damage to the board. Putting these things down. We're going to put down the second Skullfane. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to get the Hair of Illusion off the top. Nice 0 mana card. Able to just tap, sack, push 8 face damage here. Or 4 face damage here. And 4 damage cleaning up the board. It's a little annoying though because I do have a second Hair of Illusions in hand. I really needed a Dark Offering. We're going to tap, sack the Sacred Plea. I think I paid 2 there. Because I wanted to see... Like, right, if I see a Dark Offering and I'm able to get rid of this Alana's Prayers, I'm able to Chorus of Prayers, and that's lethal. Instead, now I'm left in this awkward spot. Chorus of Prayers, bringing back 2 Sacred Pleas. That is only 8 face damage, so we're going to whop, sack. If I see any 1 mana amulet, which I don't think there's any left, whop. Yeah, there's no actual amulets left that out this board. Very sad. I'm going to put down the Hair of Illusions. Sadly, no Dark Offerings. So now I'm like, oh no, am I dead? Is it over? A lot of cards in hand, though. A lot of cards to get rid of. Yeah, like I said, the double Alanas has haunted me since turn 3 or 5. Since turn 5 when I put it down, it was the wrong play. It clogged my board. The Alana pieces clogged my hand in this matchup. A little awkward. And even if you think back to the Chorus of Prayers that was earlier, if I had searched with the Prism Priestess a second copy of the Tribunal of Good and Evil, I could have promoted that earlier. And if I had done that, then that Sacred Plea, or not the Sacred Plea, Chorus of Prayers that I played earlier, where I only brought back 2 amulets, I could have had a third one in the bank. So it would have been extra cards dug. All around, yeah, the second Alana's has, like, kind of haunted me throughout this. But, you know, sometimes your opponent, they just don't play the cards. And we're able to get the last Skullfane down, get the lethal, and we found the Dark Offering as well. So, that's it for this game. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, you know, comment why. And until next time, this is your boy Dean, signing out.